Hello traders, I want to record a video about how to discover good setups with Bounce Trader Algo, and just a thought process that I go through when I'm looking for strategies, looking for new instruments to trade. So so let's begin. Earlier I already well, first of all, I will be using strategies that are outlined in the bounce method, and we have 34 bounce, we have a rejection, we have a candy cane, we have a double wicks, we have bounce from 8 EMA, and we have different strategies here that we trade. And when let's say we have earlier I went and downloaded a tick market replay for CL. This is the new market. I tried it once a long time ago, but I never managed to trade it. So I mean, this would be a good time right now, and like if I was going to come up with settings for CL, here's what I would do. Let's say we select 10-5, and I'm gonna focus on strategy 34 bounce this time, just one strategy. And so here's how I would approach it. I would take a day and pick my time, whether it's ninja rank on 10.5 or bigger or smaller, and I would look initially I would look at is there enough bounces. Like my time would be 9:30, but CL I think it's 9 o'clock, so I would look at 9 o'clock, starts from here, and is there a bounces on this time frame. And initially there's bounce here, maybe there's a bounce here, but not much. Let's pick another day. Is there a bounce from 9? Maybe there's a bounce here, failed bounce here, bounce here, bounce here. So there are some bounces occasionally, but let's look at I'd go with different time period, not time period but brick size. So let's say it's 6.3. If 10.5 was too big, so we're gonna load 10 days, 6.3 bars, and let's look at the, if I was gonna trade 9 till 11 or 11:30, I want to see bounces on this time frame. So we would see a bounce here, would see bounce here, bounce here, bounce here, bounce here. So it seems like 6.3 will be a good starting point for a bounce strategy, because there seems like at least there are several bounces in this one session. Let's look at another day. So we have 9 o'clock, 9 a.m. here, bounce here, bounce here, bounce here, bounce here. So it seems like it's a good candidate for a bounce strategy. So next thing, I would load the strategy, and I would select 34B as a strategy, and let me talk to you about the variables that we have. The bounce from 34 MA is a bounce from 34 MA, but it happens differently, and those are variables, how it happens. So these are our parameters. Let me just close this. So we can control, what are the variables that we can control, how bounce happens. Here are the variables. We have an angulation size, We have angulation size, this difference between, if we're gonna look here at the signal bar, the angulation would be difference between blue and gold line. See how big it is, you know. This is the angulation size, which is controlled here. We can also control angulation size X bars before, so we can also control what angulation was previously, you know. If we say X bars before, so here we marked 5 bars, and we want to see at least 5 ticks in angulation X 5 bars before. So if this is a signal bar, and we say this is to be at least 2 angulation, and then we count back 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we want this angulation to be at least 5, which is true. So we can control that, and we also can control close, above, below EMA, how far bar is going to close above or below 34 EMA. See how this bar closes, almost the whole bar closes up, so this is a strong signal. We can also control distance to OHL, which is I can show you later. It's this line. This is the high or low of this session. So particularly if it's if we have a signal bar and the close is too close to the new low, like we could avoid that, because oftentimes it would reject. That would be a failure. And also we could control this wick, where whether we allow to trade against the wick or we're not allowed to trade against the wick. And let me see if there is an example like right here. See the signal bar, but if we mark, like if there was a wick before that, we're not gonna take the trade, because the wick tells us that there is you know, there could be a failure because they tried to go up, and now that we want to go up, we would maybe face the failure as well. So those are the things that we can control. And also we can control filter EMA. We want to see for loans that filter 89 EMA to be below for loans and above for shorts. You could enter any EMA you want here, but if you don't want to use EMA, you could just enter 34 to match it to this EMA, and that way there will be no filter basically. And you could also use stock filter, like you want to make sure that signal happens in a range between 80 and 20 for this D line, which is this blue line. So yes, those are the variables that we can control. So and let's look. So let's pretend that we are planning to trade CL from 9 a.m. until 11:30. So let's look at our time, 9 a.m. 11:30 a.m. We also want to, if we're using 6-3, then we want to use appropriate stop loss and take profits. So stop loss would be 13, profit target would be 6. And we selected our strategy, and we are, let's say that we are not allowing, you know, and let's say our angulation at least 5 and current angulation 2. So let's see what it's gonna give us. Let's see if it plots our strategies. If it plots, it works. Okay, so it plot, I mean, it's, there is in there. So let's look. Yeah, see, so it plots, and it starts about at 9, right? Yeah, 9 o'clock. There is no trade before 9. So at 9, so time filter is right. Then let's look at the performance. So we loaded 10 days worth of data, and we got 26 trades, about 3.5 trades a session, which is like 2.5 or 2.5 hours worth of trading, so which is pretty good. And initially we have a very high win percentage. So let's examine whether that is true, whether this can be trusted in any way. And so yeah, let's close this up. And you know, that's what I do. You know, I want to make sure that the strategy opens and closes where it's supposed to. Like right here, this was a definite winner. You know, this was definite winner. This was definite winner because after signal bar we only want 2 bars. So this session was 3 trades, all winners. Let's look at the day before. See, what I like about this algo, it can give you really fast the good educated guess whether your strategy will work or not. You know, whether this time frame will work, or whether you know, your take profit or stop loss, you need to adjust that or not. Well, let's look at this day. This was it's a questionable because we want to see 2 bars, but oftentimes even though bar closes, your entry is like right here, a little lower than signal bar, couple ticks, and if that was the case, then it would be a winner. You know, this is definitely a loser, so it marked as a loser as well. Let's look at another trade. This was a winner. And so this was a winner. Let's look at the previous day. I'm sorry, this charts go crazy. So we have a previous day. Let's start 9 o'clock. You know, we don't have trades here. Here is a same type of deal. It's a questionable if you look at the chart, but it happened before many times that it opens higher and then there is enough room for your profit. And but if it wasn't here, then it would definitely be here. So this was a winner. This was a winner. This was a winner. So far we have one questionable winner, and I mean one questionable winner. So let's look at the day before. This one was if you look at the chart, this one was a loser, but if it opened up here, if it opened at 76.54 indeed, then it would be enough room for you to survive this low and get this take profit. So this is questionable number 2. You know, overall, like right here, the day before that, we have winner here, we have winner here, we have winner here. See, so the majority is all right. This was questionable, so this is like a questionable number 3. So for the majority, this was probably a winner. This is definitely winner. So majority of what this tells you is accurate, you know. So if you download the market replay data, and this should be you know, good educated starting point. So this is to me this is really good. I could further see if, I mean, technically there is nothing to improve with this one. Let's say this one was a loser, and you think because see, there was a wick here, so let's exclude that wick. You know, if we're gonna unmark this, we should get so we're not so let's see. Oh yeah, it's a small wick. It's this one doesn't apply. It's if the wick is this wick is lower than the bar close. So this one was alright. So let me just again try to, like, what I wanna. So we're not gonna allow that, and let's see the difference. So we're not allowing to trade against the wick, and our 96, 26, and 96. If we are going to allow to trade against the wick, which technically should bring us more trades, and but not necessarily in this case, because it was just a very few trades to go off. But anyways, these are the settings. Let's say if you don't like this amount of angulation, maybe you want to make it bigger, you know. So you would raise this value, let's say maybe till 5. Let's see if it's gonna even open any trades. If the current angulation is how, well, yeah, it opens. So look at this. We have a 100% win rate. I kind of doubt it, but anyways, this is how you come up with your settings and strategies. I mean, you have the strategies here, and all you need to do is to come up with settings that really suits you. So yes, those are the variables that you can control for your 34 bounce. And let's just do it for the giggles. Let's go back and we're gonna, you know, select 2 for current angulation, and let's say if we're gonna use stock filter or not. Did it do any changes? I guess it didn't. I don't know why it's why it didn't bring any shades. But anyways, it was, yes, that's how you come up with you know, with your own settings. You know, you have a bounce and you have these variables that you want to implement. And yeah, so I also just want to remind you that we still have a sale going on until end of February. If you purchase this system, you get the 3 things. You get this algo, which allows you to quickly navigate through profitable or non-profitable ideas, strategies, and gives you a good educated guess. You could change, this brick size. You can change time. You can change other variables as well. And you also, with the system, you get the Bounce Trader, which is here, and you also get the access to the course, and it also will be lifetime access to the algo. I continually improve it, and my goal is to make it safer, that we could trade. And yeah, in my opinion, it's a really good and useful tool to come up with your own settings, and it gives you instant educated guess whether your ideas will work or not. If you're trading other instruments, maybe gold, it would be the same process. If you trade bonds, it would be the same process. And when it plots, it gives you a really good visual where it enters trades or doesn't enter trades. And visually, you could learn this setup really good. Let me just uncheck this. So we have setup here, we have setup here, setup there, and you can easily see that this strategy works according to these conditions. Or if you want to you can control this. Let's say you want to only open trades with previous high angulation, you can do that. So you would take this trade, you would definitely maybe take this trade. Yeah, so hopefully that was helpful. Thanks for watching.